Hello, everyone. My name is Cameron Cowan. Welcome to The Living Joke. I'm going to grab Will and Connor in a minute, but I want to start out with our usual housekeeping. We're very excited to be with you today. We've solved our technical issues from last week. I have new headphones. Will does too. Um, and big apologies for all the audio issues that we had last week. But if you want to have some fun, head on over to follow us on Instagram and TikTok, TLJ underscore joke on both platforms, especially Instagram, because Will loves to put the funniest, slightly weird stuff that you will see in our story. So if you want to have some fun with that, head on over and watch all that fun stuff. Also, if you want all of our content, where to find the podcast, other written stuff, Will's art stuff, my stuff, all this sort of thing, head on over to thelivingjoke.substack.com and we will see you over there. Make sure to subscribe and you'll get everything delivered directly to your inbox. So if you love the show, want to take it with you, listen to it later, all that extra stuff, Substack is the place, thelivingjoke.substack.com. We have an excellent show for you today. Will is still busily working on his portion, which is awkward because it's the first segment. But I feel like the icebreaker is going to be a little bit of a talker. So let me grab the guys. Here we go.
Oh yes, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. I also read
So
something else about this today, so this will be good.
yeah, well, there's the Rand Paul hemp ban in the Senate thing. Yes, let me start. Let me explain what we're talking about, guys. All right. So,
Hi everybody.
hi, yes, hello, Connor and Will. How are you? Before we get
Hello.
into all this,
Feel good.
so
Ratchet.
yes, yeah, it's I forget to say hello because we've already seen each other and talked to each other today, so I forget to do the pleasantries for the show. But anyway, um, so if you like to smoke weed, as I certainly do for too many years than I should have, um, things are not going well for us in the stoner
Yeah.
community.
Tell me
Um,
more.
yeah, no, things are not going well for us in the stoner community. And I pulled this story for the news hour, but I thought it'd be more fun on here. And it says here, according to Cigar and Jetty, who's a data person, Republican support for legalizing weed has dropped 13% in the last year to just 40% and has fallen from all-time highs with Democrats and independents. A counter-revolution is coming. And if you're listening to this and not watching it, we have a graphic on the screen right now, and it shows Republicans with a big fall off starting about 2022 or so, and then sort of modest decreases for independents, and a little bit off on Democrats who are still high at 85. So my question, and this also gets into Rand Paul and his hemp issue thing, but my question kind of on this portion is, do you think that support is beginning to fall, or people are maybe seeing the issues with it and deciding maybe this isn't for us, or is the tide just turning?
I'm gonna say that. Well, I mean, there's a lot on everybody's plates right now. I mean, weed is kind of like not really a priority. It's one of those things. It's like, yeah, we'll get to it. So I can understand waning support in that regards, but I wonder how, um, with the evidence that we've seen come through from FDA, various scientific studies, like that we have a brand new illness that you can get from consuming weed, and it is called cannabinoid induced hyperemesis. And it's when you cough so much, you put yourself into this cyclic coughing, this cycle of coughing, and you constantly make your vagus nerve and your stomach upset, and you end up vomiting and passing out all the time. So, I mean, I mean, it could. There are some real effects that are happening now that we get to see it on such a wide scale, and it's not just like your fucking buddy down the street, like, no man, it's just a plant. God made dirt, and dirt don't hurt.
It's medicine from God.
It's medicine. Really helps with my depression. I don't
Yeah,
think it's going to be reversed, but I think the road to like a full federal legalization is going to be quite a long way still.
yeah.
Do they have, like, I mean, you just mentioned this disease, but do they have any, like, complaints? Or are they just kind of, like, stepping away from it? Like Will said, not a priority. They just don't really care right now.
Well, I think there's been, because of the broadness of it, there's been some new studies that have come out. And also when they look through like medical codes, case files to see what diseases people are getting, these big data sets of what hospitals are reporting, and they started that's how they put together that new disease, was they looked at all these symptoms in clinic, in hospital, and did like a mega study of all of those. So it's not necessarily people writing, reporting it. I don't think there's any protests. It's not a movement sort of thing. People like, oh, I was damaged by this legal weed. Nothing like that, no lawsuits or anything. I think just like science and studies and data are coming out that are showing different things. And then interestingly, at the same time we're getting this data, we're showing this decrease in surveyed people by political affiliation. Maybe support is waning when it used to be a lot higher. So, in fact, I forgot. I realized I left this in the triptych. I forgot to change the screen before I read that. Here's what that chart looks like.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is stark from Republicans.
Yep. Yeah.
I wonder though, is this from Republicans like the public?
Yeah,
Or
this is
okay.
Yeah, this is public survey data.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder. I apologize. I thought this was for amongst the federal employees, people in power. I'm sorry.
No, this is just the general public.
Yeah, I guess I can understand that. There's a whole kind of movement going on about conservatism and what do they call that, trad wives and all these things that are kind of trending again. So there's a lot of, I mean, believe me, I never used to see as much stuff about God on Facebook unintentionally as I do now. The amount of people that you see, like Christianity, people are really biting down hard into that right now, and letting people know in the comments that they stand with God Almighty, and you got to stop smoking the devil's lettuce now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's going to be pushing it a bit too far.
Yeah, I think I would agree, and that also gets into unless did you have a follow up, Connor, on that before I move on?
Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah, well, that also gets into something interesting. So, as people might know, we had the government shut down, and on Monday night, Democrats and Republicans to start the process of reopening the government, which included a cloture vote, which is fancy government language for voting that we're going to vote. And so as the new continuing resolution to fund the government and reopen things is now moving through Congress very quickly, they have slipped in a new provision that would ban the growth of hemp with more than 0.3% THC. Now, it is not profitable or practical to farm hemp at that low of THC because it is naturally occurring in the plant, and the calls are kind of going out to kind of stop this because, one, hemp is now a $28 billion industry in this country, so there's a lot of rural areas that would be affected, i.e. Republican areas, and two, it would make it a lot harder to make CBD products, things like that vets and cancer survivors and other people depend on. And it's not, so like your recreational sort of thing would not be a problem, but this stuff gets used for a lot of other things, rope, medicinal products, all this sort of thing. And so Rand Paul's doing this for some reason. No one's quite sure where it came from, but the calls are already going out like, call your congressman, get them to take this out because of this new dynamic. Which is interesting because this is happening at the same time this survey is sort of coming out, and it seems a little coincidental, but that's for another show. See me on Mondays at the Cameron Joel News Hour. We'll talk about that. But yeah, so it is an interesting stuff with this coming out. I thought it would be fun to talk about to kind of start us off with,
So I'm gonna actually immediately correct the record on what you said.
Yeah.
I did read the provision, and it is not for THC as a total. So what the bill that they're proposing, or what provision was slipped in that may get passed through, is that they'll be banning the creation of derivatives of THCs. So there'll be no more Delta 8, there'll be no more Delta 10, there'll be no more THCA. And if you read the The provision itself, or the Cliff Notes version, the highlights of what's in the bill, it
Yeah.
exclusively talks about THCA, which is a derivative. Now, THCA, the reason why I feel like this is probably getting banned is because it's completely unregulated, and that's probably why, because it's a gray market.
Mm.
This THCA products are a gray market that you can order online through a loophole. Like, I know because I've done it, but they're not like technically legal. It's the same like buying weed at the little store I go to. They don't technically sell weed, you know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah.
it's a gray market. So
Mm.
they're basically blocking out this gray market until they can figure out a way to tax it. Is it's usually what I imagine they're doing. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it's getting rid of all the derivatives, and all hemp harvested has to be less than 0.3% of THCA and other
Mm.
derivatives.
No, that's good. I had not read that deeply into it. I'd only read about it on Twitter. I hadn't even read journalism about it yet. So that's good that you actually have. Thank goodness for bringing the facts. That's good.
Bring
That's
in the
interesting,
facts,
though.
man.
No, I appreciate that. No, that's good. I did not know about the whole THC. I think that's fascinating. I had no idea. Hmm.
I happened to, because I saw it this morning too. I'm like, they're banning THC, and I had to go and look into it.
Yeah, I don't. The place I found it last night on Twitter, and it was a hemp company had done this
Mm.
whole long thing on Twitter about it. That's where I'd gotten my info from, but I hadn't read any good journalism about it. So I did, but you have all the nuance and everything. That's perfect. Thank you. Absolutely
Mm-hmm.
wonderful. Um, well, yeah. Hmm. I mean, I guess yeah. If you're not regulating it, I can kind of see the point then. But then, according to the hemp people, it's going to be an absolute disaster for hemp farmers. You know.
Oh, yes, of course. It'll be terrible. It'll be terrible. They'll lose 7%. Oh my God.
I mean, is
Devastating.
that is that like the whole market? Because they had made it sound
No,
like
no,
this was like
I
kind of an
don't.
unavoidable problem, sort of
No,
thing.
no,
But
I don't actually know what what their bottom line is going to be, but I feel like this is
yeah,
the argument. It's like the same thing. Like, people say, well, like, I don't know. Let me just use something extremely absurd as an example, where people are like, you can't ban handicap. You can't ban arm extensions for submachine guns that, I don't know, fucking strapped to your arm, because of all the handicapped hunters that need to go out and hunt. We
Yeah.
all know why you want an arm strap for an. We all know. Stop being disingenuous.
yeah,
We all know why you're just mad that they cut you out of your gray market, and it's, yeah, they're getting cut out of money that they legally shouldn't be making anyway. Probably.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely. I would definitely like to read some good journalism about like what the market is, all this type of things. Like I said, the people that mentioned it was literally a hemp company, so it's somebody with an agenda. So if I put my news narrative hat on for a second, be careful, find out who it is and what agenda they have when you read something because it affects it. So this is very interesting. It'd be interesting to find out how big a problem is this really? How big is that gray market? And if it needs to be a ban or you just an actual regulation or something, it'd be interesting to kind of look deeper into it. So maybe we'll have
Yeah.
to follow up next week with some more, like with an update. Like maybe we should put that on in production right now. Like we'll go gather some facts and return with a little report.
I mean, to my knowledge, there's not been that many studies on derivatives of cannabinoids.
Yeah,
I mean, certainly less than regular marijuana, and definitely not enough to convince a senator or otherwise that, you need to
yeah.
save this, that it's very vital. I don't think that weed has that much power in the negotiating field right now.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. So
I want to know
yeah,
what you think, Connor. What do you think? Do you think that we should do you think that this is going to be an overall, like, uh, net gain or net loss, that we're losing out on these things? Do you think it's better for the kids? Do you think it's better for the children out there?
Mm, I think that I've said this before about other things, like with kids. that comes down to parenting. It doesn't really matter like what's allowed or what's good or anything. It's how well are the parents actually like, not saying hover over your kid. I don't have any kids, so I'm not gonna try to tell people how to parent, but I mean don't be a shitty parent.
That you know
I don't think young kids should be exposed to that kind of thing.
That's what I mean. They had that like what was it? Was it MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, that got the that it was like their lobbying that helped get alcohol signs like banned off of everywhere for advertising
Oh.
except liquor stores or whatever.
Yeah, they also got the drinking age raised from 18 to 21 as well in
That's right.
1981. Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
I think this is also kind of like what you said, though. They're probably just pissed off that they don't have a way to tax this stuff, because if I want to go to the store and buy my pack of cancer sticks every day, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we have access to shit that's way worse for us. So
Pull up to the gas pump for a nice cool drink.
Terrible.
I don't know, man. I think that, you know, the availability of these things also is kind of wild, because you don't really have to. Yeah, it's like have an ID. It's like you could go downstairs and like snag your friend's or your mom's ID or whatever,
yeah,
just to prove that you're over 18 and get the shit sent to your house. Like it's it's kind of wild.
I think too. I mean, this might offend a lot of people, but I don't care. A lot of people just don't fucking think for themselves. So that is one thing that, like, I think, you know, I'm not gonna say where, but I have met. I mean, I don't consider them good parents for other reasons, but parents that are like, probably in the past might have not let their kids do that, but then because of all the legalization, and it's like, oh, scientists say it's fine, that are like okay with letting their teenagers smoke pot.
Well, Dr. Oz said it was okay. I don't know if Dr. Oz is out there. Sorry, Dr. Oz. I didn't mean to pick on you.
We're not in Connecticut anymore.
No, that's no good. Yeah, that's a good point. Good points all. Yes, and you're absolutely right, Connor. I think people do, you know, get too liberal with things sometimes. But at some point, personal responsibility does have to come into the equation, doesn't it? At some point, you know, people have to make decisions for themselves or not.
Yeah.
But
they always, a lot of these arguments, the way the government will phrase it a lot of times is like, oh, think of the children. It's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it. So if we're using that argument, yeah, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but meh, I don't know. They're mad they can't tax it. Hemp's mad they're getting cut out of a gray market. Everybody else is mad because they don't get weed. They don't get weird. They don't get weird offshoots of weed that are created. I chose
a good time to quit.
It didn't even tell me how Delta 8 was made or whatever, or not Delta 8. THCA was. It said it's made through compounding chemical conversions. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Can be a little more specific. Just layman's terms for me. I mean, that's pretty bad, but it's so vague. I can't figure out what you're even talking about. Are they casting spells? What are they doing?
People in the back of the dispensaries, like working some green magic to alter the marijuana.
Green magic, hiatus azakiticus.
It's lots of rolling and turning it into, like, boiling it and turning it into oils, and then they use different chemicals to bring out certain aspects. So, when
nihilism,
kind of, actually, the person who I should try to maybe talk to about this is my friend Tony. He created a company in Denver called River Rock that he has sold and has started something else. And he's all into this. Like, all these different very instructive, does all the different cannabinoids, knows all what they do, all this type of thing. He's actually the person to really talk to about this, because he makes all this stuff, and is, if you want a tight 60 minutes on cannabinoids, don't get him started, because once he goes off, you're engaged. You're on a ride.
We're locked in now.
Yeah. I will say the absolute highest I've ever been in my life was smoking weed with him at his house. I was off planet. And what's worse is I had to drive to Boulder and have dinner with my Nana. And I was completely blazed the entire time. Absolutely gone. Like,
you must be hungry. And it's like you cleaned out your grandma's whole house with the monkeys. They're so high.
No, we literally, fortunately, we went to a restaurant, but I'm just going to town. Like, just, yeah, it was, and was so happy to not be driving, because I was just not in the mood to drive anymore, and all of a sudden, but yeah, so, all right, well, final thoughts on that before we move on?
No.
Okay.
Move on.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Boop. Yeah, so now, kind of, speaking of online quackery and gray markets and everything, with Will, we're going to talk about holistic medicine grifts and the various and sundry things that people are willing to sell on Amazon and elsewhere. So, Will, take it away.
All right. So, I'd like to just start by saying I grew up with a pretty holistic life starting as a child. My mom's not big into modern medicine. No, she didn't immigrate here. But she's an herbalist, like actually an herbalist. And she knows all the properties of all the plants, and I mean, I know a decent amount myself, but like my knowledge pales in comparison to hers. So, growing up, put essential oils on it, that'll fix it, type of thing. That's kind of, believe me, I know the background. I know some of the stuff that works, and I know a lot of the stuff is gimmicks, because it's a lot of people slapping a fancy label on things and selling it to desperate people to make a buck off you, when it's stuff that like you could get normally anyway. I know before I go forward and anybody wants to leave a mean, nasty comment, I know I'm speaking in broad strokes, but and I know, and don't be disingenuous, we're not talking about special cases who can't do it because of allergy reasons or people who have some sort of special deficiency. We're talking about the average consumer who's out there looking for a solution, a quick fix type of deal. And these guys are hawks that will just find you like a rotting carcass and are ready to peddle you their magical snake oil that's going to cure your testicle cancer and make your penis bigger or whatever, or it's going to make your lungs bigger and you'll be able to breathe underwater after you're done taking it. The first one of the bigger offenders of recent note that I'm going to mention is the lovely, beautiful Gwyneth Paltrow. Do you guys know Gwen Paltrow?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Oh, Gwyneth. Oh, no, I know Gwyneth Paltrow very well.
Oh.
Yeah. No, okay, this is the woman that put out a candle that says smells like my vagina and a crystal you stuck up there. Like, I mean, come on. No, yeah.
Yeah,
no, I'm a geek for celebrity news and everything. I'm terrible. I've always been into that. Just like how I've watched every season of the Kardashians. It's a disease that I'm stricken with.
So for Connor, some of you might know Gwyneth from she was in Shakespeare in Love, if you've ever seen that, and she also plays Pepper Potts in Iron Man and Avengers.
Yes, I see.
Yeah,
I'm looking at.
Looking at her. Okay.
Look her up right now. Yeah.
Gotcha. So she started a lifestyle brand, Goop, which she originally founded in 2008 as a newsletter, which focuses on alternative and holistic living. And the example that I'm going to put forward from her is an image I actually placed in the document cam. If you would pull that up for me.
Yep.
It is from Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop's website from the shop. This actually might be gone because I had to actually find an image of it. This might actually be sold out because you can't find the page on her website anymore. Paper Crane Apothecary Psychic Vampire Repellent. It is a sprayable elixir we can all get behind. This protective mist uses a combination of gem healing and deeply aromatic therapeutic oils, reported to banish bad vibes and shield you from people who may be causing them. Fans spray generously around their heads to safeguard their auras. It is $30. And let me zoom in a little bit here.
People will buy anything.
Yep.
No, if you're worried about psychic vampires stealing your energy, you need this to protect yourself and spread it to everybody else. So this is the actual ingredients. I know it's the label, but this is actually the ingredients. It is a unique and complex blend of sonically tuned gem elixirs, including black tourmaline gems, rubies, lapis lazuli, onyx, garnet, oils of rosemary, and oils of rosemary, juniper, lavender, and Reiki charged crystals are what's in the stones, right? So all of these were swirled around in some water or oil, or she put rosemary oil, juniper oil, lavender oil, some aquarium rocks in the bottom of this thing, and on the back, which I was not able to find a picture of it. It also says it is made with love. Love is listed as the ingredient. So,
I should get my teddy bear a job to professionally hug these bottles at a factory. You know.
I mean, like, I kind of want these to put on my shelf or something.
Yeah.
What do I do about the regular vampires?
We have we have garlic and black leather.
Yeah.
To defend against them. We already have those and sticks.
Thank God.
Yeah.
We have James Woods. We have TV actor James Woods, so don't worry about it. We'll stop them.
Yeah.
What do you think? Are psychic vampires stealing your guys' energy, and people are just bringing you down, and you want to keep them away? Would you buy this to keep the psychic vampires away?
For $25, not for 30. No.
I think this shows how folks will buy anything. You know, I mean, and it's kind of funny because it's not like I haven't engaged in spiritual practices around this sort of thing, and I definitely am probably crunchier than most people, sort of thing. But I mean, this is, I mean, I know the people who would buy this. I know the people who, you know, think that they're suffering from this and all this sort of thing. And this is where you start to look kooky and like you have a mental illness. I mean, I'm sorry, like, as someone who's diagnosable, which I am, this, I can point to the left and say, this is a symptom of something. There's a bigger story in the person who's buying this, you know. I'm like, should you buy this or should you save your money and get screened for schizophrenia? You know, sort of thing. Like, that's... Yeah. Rationality does have to come back into the conversation at some point, right?
I like how, like, the creators of these products, like, use silly fucking buzzwords that actually have, like, no meaning or don't apply to, like, what it's talking about. Like, a quick bounce through ChatGPT is like, what does sonically charged mean? It's like, it's used to refer to, like, music or audio. The album is sonically charged with heavy bass, etc., etc. And then it's like, can a rock be sonically charged? No, because sound is a vibration in the fucking air, not something that can be stored in an object like an electrical charge. Did she scream at I think she screamed at the rocks.
It's what, and the place where they make this, everything's all very
What do
intentional, and
you
there's someone coming in every day to bless this pot or whatever have you, and then there's there's lovely music playing in the whole little factory, the little workshop where they make this stuff, and probably the people this all take this very seriously, you
what do
know.
you what kind of music do you think Gwyneth Paltrow infused into the Stones? What do you think Gwyneth Paltrow was rocking for Psychic Vampire Repellent?
Oh, it's all like David Pramal, Anya,
I
like
was I was gonna say Anya, ABBA. I was gonna the Grease
it's
soundtrack.
it's Peruvian shamanic flute playing. I mean, real off the wall stuff.
Tibetan throat singing.
Yes, Mongolian like
Or
throat
Mongolian throat singing,
singing.
excuse
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Now all of it. Yes, yeah, yeah. There's some small Native American man playing a flute in the corner. Like, I mean, this is all just, yeah. It's yeah.
So we could go down. Let's move on to the next example. This is from Dr. Mark Hyman, MD. Dr. Mark Hyman, I am not very aware of, but he is apparently a actual doctor. He is a practicing family physician. He promotes functional medicine, treating the root causes of chronic diseases through nutrition and lifestyle. He founded the Functional Medicine Coaching Academy, and he has his own supplement line, pharmacy, like farm, like a cow farm where you farm corn, pharmacy, offering vitamins and nutritional products. This is evening primrose oil, bioactive GLA. I'm not sure. Oh, gamma linoleic acid, which are omega 6. This is a fancy way of saying these are omega 6 fatty acids, right? So this is for one time $42 for 100 soft gels of 76 milligrams of omega 6s, right? Omega 6s are good. There is truth to this. There is truth. Omega 6s are good, and they do help maintain nerve function. They help coat your neurons. Uh, they help protect the coating around your neurons. They have cardiovascular benefits. All that stuff's true, right? Let's see. How much? Or sorry. How much omega 6 do you get from eating one egg?
Survey says.
How much omega 6? How many? Oops, sorry. Milligrams. There we go. There we go. For one egg, you're getting if you eat one egg, one egg from the grocery store. I just want to say this is $42 for 76 milligrams a night, right? That you're supposed to take this thing. One egg will give you 800 milligrams of this shit. So there are other. If you don't eat eggs, there are other ways too. There are vegan ways to get omega 6s. Believe it or not, you don't need to buy Dr. Hyman's bullshit. It doesn't do anything. It's actually probably worthless, to be honest.
Well, it's kind of so little of it, isn't it?
Well, yeah, like what's even the point? I don't understand of it. But yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
well, I
know.
mean,
I'm
and
not a
even at like
doctor, so.
even at 76, like even with that 76, is that milligram, microgram, whatever have you, but like from in that whole bottle, there's 76 a pill times 30, and that whole bottle is 2,280, which if you divide by our egg of 800, 2.85 eggs.
Yeah.
So literally, like yeah, literally an egg a day you'd be over supplied, and it would cost magnitudes less than this.
Oh wait, so each one is 76 milligrams. There's 100 capsules, so
Yeah,
760 This is literally one egg worth of
that's what I
fucking
just
omega
figured
6.
out. Yeah, that's I
One
said.
egg.
Eat 3 eggs. That yeah, I
No,
just was.
it's
Is
even
it
less. It's
one?
one egg.
One egg,
One egg.
literally. Oh, one egg. Yeah, that's then have just one egg a day. Yeah, and that's better than this, and it'll cost
This
much
is
less, even at today's egg prices.
Holy
Yeah,
crap.
crazy.
What do you guys? Do you guys think you need evening primrose oil as opposed to eating eggs?
No.
Come on, you don't think Dr. Hyman's onto something? I'm sure there's probably benefits in the gelatin around the pills.
I just don't get to, like, and I'm not the epitome of health. I'm not trying to, like, talk shit, but when you go and buy this stuff, like, I wonder, like you're saying with the, like, you could eat one egg and get this, like, have you actually done the other stuff, like, managed your nutrition and shit?
Yeah, if you just pay attention to your nutrition, I mean, you can save yourself at least $42. All right. Let me move on to the last one because I know this is taking a minute, and we got to move on to the next segment here. The next one will be Alpha Brain. On it, Alpha Brain. I know there's a lot of people out here who love On it, Alpha Brain.
Man, Joe Rogan loves Alpha Brain.
Joe Rogan loves Alpha Brain, dude. So, okay, so let me just read off the ingredients in this too. After the, sorry, On it, Alpha Brain, memory and focus, daily cognitive support, and it says it's oats gluten free. It supports cognitive functions including memory, mental speed, and focus. It's supposed to get, but better than taking a monster, better than drinking a monster. It's natural, right? So this has vitamin B6 and it has 10 milligrams, which is nothing. L-tyrosine, L-theanine, oat extract, and phosphatidylserine. Thank you. We have L-alpha, glyphosphorylcholine, alpha GPC, bacopa, which is a plant. Tooth club moss, it is a plant. And L-leucine is also, these are, anything with L is an amino acid. And then this stilabene, this is like a, it's honestly more of a preservative than anything. It doesn't really do a whole lot.
Yes, it's a filler, yeah.
It's a filler, yeah. That's just there for nothing. But so all these amino acids, and you also have cat's claw extract, which is Uncaria tomentosa bark. It's tree bark. So all these amino acids, let's see, this is $40. If you wanted some Chinese club moss to get the alpha GPC that they claim is like that's the signature thing that you need, is what we sell. You got to buy it for $40. You can buy common Chinese club moss online for $6. I'm looking right now. You can buy a whole giant. What is this? Looks like 16 fluid ounces of club moss tincture extract for $20, which is probably more potent than that. All these other amino acids, these are all things you can get from just eating things naturally that have B vitamins, omega 3s, omega Cs. That word that I struggled to pronounce there, phosphatidylserine for brain health. You can get it. Let's see, phosphate, fat soluble compound, makes cell membrane. The body does make its own. Where is it? Where's the thing that says? Oh yeah, here's some things that you can get. The phosphate, whatever, the other proprietary thing that they claim is so important. Soybeans, Atlantic mackerel, meats like liver, kidneys, anything from cows, chickens, pigs are good. Tuna fish. If you like head cheese, that's good. Eating brains is the best way to get brain. But yeah, there are literally tons of other ways. A can of tuna fish and some B vitamins in a monster for $10 versus $40 for this. And you'll get more for the tuna fish and drink of monster than you will from this fucking thing.
Yeah.
So that's wonderful. Kind of a grift.
Yeah, I have to say I have tried a lot of different things as the years have gone by. I've done a lot of different supplementation regimes, all this type of thing. And I have to say, in probably 70 to 80% of cases, doesn't do anything. This gets into what we call the expensive urine thing in fitness circles and all this type of thing. Like especially in bodybuilding world, all this type of thing. You end up with a lot of expensive urine. 80% of the stuff doesn't do anything. There are a few things that really do work, and those I hang on to. But 80% of the time, stuff like this doesn't do anything. Other than the placebo effect of thinking that you've taken something and your body responds to that, not because of because of the ritual of it, sort of thing. So
And sometimes, and that's legit too, but it's like, just call it what it is. Just like you said, it's a placebo for some people.
yeah,
When I used to work out, I know my pre-workout did something. Made my whole fucking body itch.
oh, oh no.
We drank C4, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
like C4 fucking whatever, the super one.
Yeah, that shit's got this stuff called C4 specifically has this shit in it called beta alanine, and which is also in like I believe it's adjacent to an amino acid if it's not one, but it's that's what gives you the shakes.
Good God, yeah.
It's actually really I don't even think it's actually good for you. I don't think humans are supposed to ingest it really like in large amounts.
Yeah, I was never on the pre-workout train. I did used to do powdered amino acid mixtures. I did used to do creatine as well. There's actually some cognitive benefits to creatine that have actually come out and been really studied. So I've thought about maybe adding that back into the mix, sort of thing.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's an interesting study. But I was never on the pre-workout train. But that's fascinating. But everyone who's had it has some weird story about, oh yeah, I took my pre-workout one time and shit got weird, man. Like, so yeah,
Well,
but
I have I could go on for more. I have more examples, but I'm going to cut it short because we will come back to this for another episode for sure.
no, absolutely. Here, let's go back to the. Here we go. So yeah, no, that was good. That was fun. But yeah, no, I think you're right though. Ultimately, it's all a bit grifty. So now we're off to our gaming segment with Connor. We're going to talk about the League of Legends MMO and whether that still is a thing or not, and when it might actually arrive or not. So, Connor, take it away.
Sorry, I'm lagging, so I'm just making sure
Oh,
my
no,
audio is still good.
yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Let's see. Riot Games is supposedly developing an MMORPG set in the League of Legends universe of Runeterra. It's obviously not released yet. The project had a significant reset in its direction in early 2024, looking promising. To ensure it felt like a new evolution of the genre. That's where I'm like, I don't know, not just a reskin of an existing game. In other words, they don't want to make like World of Warcraft 2.0, the League of Legends version. Potential release window is currently targeted for sometime before 2030. The project's expected to be in development for several more years. Let's see, anything else? Details about the futures of the game are scarce. It's expected to focus on social gameplay, potentially with non-combat activities like crafting and professions. Oh yeah, that's so
Really
fucking
breaking
innovative.
new ground over there.
Yep, really doing something that 100 other games haven't done. It'll likely be free to play with in-game purchases. No shock there. The developers, including Riot Games co-founder Mark Merrill, have stated that they're committed to making a high-quality, significant evolution of the MMO genre and taking a patient, long-term approach.
With crafting and professions.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
that sounds like we'll piecemeal updates the more once we reach microtransaction goals.
yeah. I just like the idea of it as a whole. It could be a cool game. Like, if you had, I don't know, just for example, like some of the League characters as like professions trainers or class trainers or some shit, like being a shadow ninja class, like being trained by Zed, that would be cool or something. But all their talk about like, oh, we want to innovate the genre that's existed for 20 plus years and is kind of like the MMO genre is that genre for a reason. I don't really get. I feel like it's just their way of trying to like make people hype, like a lot of these companies do. I don't know exactly what they think they're gonna do that's gonna revolutionize or create something that hasn't been played a dozen times before. Do you want to read this article, Cam?
Very briefly. I just had it on for background while you were talking. It says here League of Legends MMO is still rumbling quietly in the background, as evidenced by a name drop from one of Riot's co founders. Last month, Mark Merrill, Riot's co founder and chief product officer, spoke about his company's culture and design philosophies on stage at the DICE conference. Those comments were then picked up by LOL lorekeeper Necrit, who outlined Merrill's brief suggestion that the company's long struggling MMO project was still alive despite its many tribulations. Towards the end of the speech, Merrill explained that it was Riot's hope to continue to, quote, earn the opportunity to serve the League of Legends community for a long time to come, unquote. That, he says, is the sentiment with which Riot should continue to approach new ideas and projects, whether that be, quote, getting back to fundamentals, unquote, in a long-running games like League of Legends or Valorant, or setting our sights on new, crazy, ambitious challenges that we're trying
I
to
love that
tackle,
part.
like finding ways to add value to the fighting game community or even perhaps the MMO community.
Getting back to fundamentals in League of Legends. Yeah, okay.
Are we going back to quintessences?
Maybe.
Just like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about their company, like, after, I don't know, when did League of Legends come out? Let's see.
2010 or 9 or 10, I think.
I believe you're right. Yeah, October 2009.
Boom.
Like, it's taken them this long to even, I don't know, it's still not even really a balanced game, in my
Yeah.
opinion. And they're talking about, like, just they won't even put in work to, like, you have a dozen plus old champions just sitting there that are fucking unplayable, even if people like them, because you don't update them to keep up with how the game's going. Their idea of balance is like, oh, Assassin was strong this meta, so let's gut everything that they have and then make another role extremely strong. That's balance.
Yes, as it should be. No, like we got hit hard by that. The assassin crew got hit hard by that. The junglers, everybody got hit hard by that fucking balancing. That quote unquote balancing they did. And it just completely just like, okay, well, a third of your fucking character roster is now not competitively viable or viable in the meta.
Or it's just like switched roles. Like I saw a good video the other night explaining, like talking about how the champion Kane, like even though he has been strong at some points, like as a jungler, he's well balanced because of his two form mechanic, where like if you get kills on melee enemies, he grows towards like his red form, towards his blue form if you kill range champions. And you have to build this up, and then like once he gets that, he hits his power spike. Now we see, okay, some assassins like Zed, I'll say Zed because he's like my main, or Talon, that don't feel great in the mid lane anymore because you have, right now I would say, like, kind of brawlers and mages are dominant, and they have 1,000 ways to kind of like stop you from what you're supposed to do, which is like jump on somebody and one shot them with lots of crowd control or like other mobility. So we just left the mid lane, and now we can go in the jungle, and now they're not balanced there because they don't have anything like Kayn. They weren't built to be a jungler, so they just go in the jungle, smite their fucking camp, and like ignore all these like CS issues that they would have in lane, and then just run out and kill people.
Yeah, that works. That explains a lot, actually, because I take significant breaks in between times that I play League of Legends. So like I would come back and I'm like, why is everybody always in my shit? Everybody's always stealing my shit because I play jungle, and it just didn't make any sense. That explains a lot. I didn't realize that, Connor.
Yeah, you can just fucking shadow around the jungle with Zed, or jump over every wall with Talon,
or walk through the walls or off the map as Kayn, which I still think is just horse shit. That is, I you know what? There's a lot of bullshit in that game, but I'm sorry, having a character that can just walk outside the map, or just through walls just for nothing, I'm sorry. That's like having an aimbot in COD. That shouldn't be allowed.
Now we're getting a new champion that's basically like build up his passive, and then once you build up his passive, he's punishable without it, but then once you build it up, it's like, okay, what the fuck are you supposed to do?
What are you supposed to do?
Die to him. I'll read his abilities real quick. I was actually gonna hop on the PBE and test him out after this.
I like, when they keep releasing champions and it's just Riven 2 or Riven 3, but with like, there's like 3 different versions of like the same characters. It seems like sometimes. Cassante is just Darius. He's just Black Darius.
Yeah, this champion is just like, I think he's just old Aatrox, but with a stronger passive. I'll read his passive last. Okay, his Q. He slashes twice on his next attack, dealing bonus damage and healing himself. He can recast the ability again to have his next attack deal bonus damage and knock up his target. So yeah, Riven or Zhen Zhao, basically. W, he stabs in a direction, damaging enemies hit and pulling them towards him.
Darius.
Yeah.
Pike.
Yep. E, so he dashes to a location and slices around himself. Riven.
Mastery.
Old Aatrox, new Aatrox.
Katarina, Kali, Zed.
Zars, Zahin rises, then stamps downward, damaging enemies and healing for a portion of the damage dealt. This reminds me of Pantheon.
That's like 50% of the champions. That's not even cool.
No, it's like Viego does shit like that. Pantheon, old alt and new alt were both like that. And then his passive, Zahin's attacks and abilities against enemy champions grant him stacks of determination, gaining bonus attack damage per stack. It doesn't say this on here, but when it reaches full determination, that attack damage bonus is doubled. And he can revive after death on like a 2 or 3 minute cooldown.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, we needed that. We need more champions that have a revive on death.
Yeah.
I mean, Zillion hasn't, like, that's his ult, but that's not a passive. Are you saying that's a passive for him?
Yeah, it's part of his passive, so, like, once he builds up his determination to full, like, then you don't have to cast anything. It's just like, oh, you died? Not really.
So he's Anivia and Zac, basically.
Yeah, he just got like that kind of thing.
But untargetable, probably, when he's
Yep.
dead. Or Scion. But
Yeah,
not
untargetable when
the
he's
same way.
reviving.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yes, untargetable. Yes. This is such sound logic, League of Legends and Tenzin. This is almost as sound as when you did and still haven't changed the fact that Nico's ultimate can stun you for 3 whole seconds, or not even her ultimate, her like Q or whatever.
Oh, I've been meaning to say this about Nico. So you know how cannon minions can tank like 5, 6, or 7 shots from a turret?
Sure.
Well, right now, Nico can, like, because of her passive update or whatever, can become a copy of, like, kind of anything. Like, any minion, copies of minions, copies of buffs, or, like, even if you're a champion like Yorick that, like, uses summon, can become copies. But so, like, right now at level 1, it doesn't matter what level, but the point is she can do it super early, is, like, she can become the cannon minion, but then like also her health and stats become that of like what she takes over. So she can just go under a tower as cannon minion, and instead of like dying from 2 or 3 hits like you normally would as like any champion, even if you're like a tank level 1, you're gonna die to like 2 or 3 tower hits. She can just go sit under and take like the full 6 or 7 tower shots.
What? So wait, so her copy, like the thing that you send the clone out and it runs, that copy ability?
No, so like she still has that, but now her passive is like she can click on like a canyon minion, for example, and she'll
These are the
become
pass. Yeah.
she'll become the canyon. She'll turn into a cannon minion.
So she turns into the canyon minion, and then you pilot her around as the canyon minion,
Yes.
and then you go under the turret, and as the canyon minion, you can take 6 or 7 shots.
Yeah, you have like the cannon minion stats for some reason.
But okay, but if you get hit out of it, like whether you take the first turret shot or whether you take damage from a champion, does that take you out of cannon minion form?
No.
Oh, that is that's busted. Oh, they're
Like,
gonna
another video I saw that cracked me up was like a Yorick was chasing her with his minions out, and she just like ran into a bush, and then when he couldn't see her, she transformed into one of his minions. So like the player just assumed that she like flashed over the wall or something, and then she just followed him around as one of his minions until her ult was up, and he was like half health from trying to take a buff, and then just fucking jumps out and stuns him and ults him.
Oh, that's dirty. That's disgusting. Love it, love to hate it.
Yeah.
Hate to love it. No, I love to love it, but it's fucking despicable.
Well, I don't really have like high
As a
hopes
matter of
for what
fact.
they're saying about this MMO. We can move on. I know we've don't
As
have
a
much
matter of
time
fact,
left.
It's almost kind of the end of the
know
show,
what?
really. We're gonna have to save Wacky Races for next week.
Shush.
Sorry.
I was gonna do a fucking segue, and I was gonna say that sounds actually quite dastardly. So it was perfect time to show the thing. But if you want to
No, we can
got
do
time.
it. No, that's fine.
This will be
Here we
perfect to end the
go.
show. I want to see this because you got me all hyped up about it.
No, we'll do it right now.
It sounds very dastardly indeed.
Indeed, it do. Here we go.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I called it. I said, is Jim Carrey playing Dick Dastardly? Without even knowing anything about it. Yep.
In a world of ordinary roads, one race dares to be extraordinary.
Yeah!
On the starting grid, waiting for the sign. From a Boulder Mobile to a design.
funny. Oh my god. Yeah! Captain J-Man!
See the mean machine, a purple streak of doubt, dastardly scheming, but the plan always runs out. Hear that sticker, that wheezy, metal-hungry sound, while another perfect, foolproof trap just runs aground. Pedal down, it's a wacky
Yeah,
race,
dude, this dastardly and muzzly, bro.
no rules, just a speed and grace. Like
I'm so glad we got this out before the Mario Kart movie. Fuck you, Chris Pratt.
This year, the race is on, and there are no rules.
Right now, there's no
Wacky
official,
races coming soon.
like mention of the movie though.
No.
It says there
Oh,
there are
this is-
multiple fan-made concept trailers.
This is a concept trailer for it. I see.
Yeah.
But this is so sick, though. I even if it's not real, like, come on, guys, hype it up. That looks so sick. That's
would
got to
be
be
cool.
a reality.
That would be really cool. I didn't grow up on the show, but you guys seem very excited.
It was Hanna-Barbera.
Very old cartoons.
Yeah, I mean, like, because I don't know about, well, obviously, but Cam can relate. Boomerang, the satellite channel Boomerang, at the time
Yeah.
when that was new, that was on like 24/7 in my
Oh.
house.
Huh,
It
I'm
was,
surprised I never
yes.
caught it.
Yeah, there was also before Boomerang on Cartoon Network late at night. If you were up late and watching TV when you're not supposed to, tended to be old cartoons. So yeah. So no, there were lots of ones from the 50s and 60s, and that's also where you get a lot of things like Laugh Olympics and and the that whole family of characters. So that was a huge the guy who started Hannah, he had never drawn in his life. Like, he just started kind of drawing one day and thought up this whole universe. So their old headquarters is actually a museum now. You can go and look at all the memorabilia, animation stuff, and all this sort of thing. So
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Shout out Droopy, the unsung hero.
absolutely. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Well, here's the nice thing about that is we will not have any issues with it being on YouTube because we won't get copyright strikes. So
Woo.
that's
Yeah.
fun. I know that will be a lot of fun. Yes, but yeah, absolutely perfect casting. You know, some people in Hollywood should start making telephone calls about that. So
I agree.
it's
What's your name? What's his name? Bob Iger, call us.
yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
Call those people, but call us too, because we have ideas.
Yeah, well, we have lots of ideas for Mr. Iger. So, we could save Disney. Let's first of all, right.
Yoda's green bean. Bob Iger will suck.
Oh, and we're also doing a new Black Cauldron movie. That's what we're gonna do. So,
Oh yeah, we absolutely are.
That would be awesome.
Restore the Black Cauldron, you will.
yeah, and it's like, and you know what? I'm gonna even go one more. I'll even go one more. I would tell Bob Iger to do a new version of Song of the South. We're gonna reclaim it. No, really, we are. We're gonna reclaim that whole story. That's the type of thing that gets buzz, that gets excitement. People are gonna wonder what you're gonna do. That's what the company needs. So
Let's do a brand new full AAA funded AI animated Animal Farm starring
Yeah.
Joy Behar and Adam Sandler.
Don't give Adam Sandler any ideas because he would 110% do that.
Adam Sandler, call me.
That's, All right. Yes. Well, a lot of hype for a movie that's not going to get made anytime soon. But Bob Iger calls us anyway. We're very long today on the show. The
Guest of
only
the
thing I had
official guest
left,
of the show.
yes, the only thing I had left for dessert was that I finally got copies of my new book today.
Oh,
So,
yay!
yeah,
I
Congratulations.
ordered mine.
thank
You
you.
guys got to get yours.
This is yours. So
Oh, that's
here's
fine. Perfect.
what Carla was like. Why are these two different orders going to the same address? I'm like, because that's my buddy who I live with, and she's like, can I just put that in one box? I'm like, yes, you can. No, I've got yours right here.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's what it just all ended up in the same box. That's what happens when you order your friend's book and he works with a company that's going to ship it to you. It ends up in the box going to him as well. So, so that's it for the Living Joke this week. Fun times, lots of great discussion. Final thoughts, guys, before we go.
Just have a good one, everyone.
Yeah.
No, everybody stay safe. Definitely check out Cam's book. Check out the last stream I did on our Rumble. The VOD's up. I played this game called Road Redemption, which is like a spiritual successor to Road Rash 3D. Road Rash, the series that came out on the Sega years ago. It's a racing combat game on motorcycles. It's very wild and dystopian, like Mad Max. Like a lot of fun. So check that out.
Perfect. Excellent. All right, guys. Well, I thank you all again for coming and watching us and doing this to us. And thank you, Will and Connor, for doing this show with me. This is our 19th episode. So
Nice.
next week is episode 20. Yes. So, and it seems like we've been doing this forever, but really we've only done it 19 episodes. So anyway, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you guys for doing this with me. I appreciate it. We'll see you next week on The Living Joke, everyone. Have a great week now. Bye-bye.
Next week.
See ya.